The first foreign trade zone in Ontario was officially opened earlier this week in Fort Erie. The foreign trade zone designation will give companies access to a wide range of services that will help Niagara businesses do work internationally.
Well, we're going to see a significant number of businesses from outside the region look at Niagara in a different light. Now those businesses have the opportunity of doing things in Niagara that they would not be able to do anywhere else in Ontario. And that is import product, add value to it, and export it without having the burden of duties and taxes added and then trying to grapple with how to get those duties and taxes back. So it's a real win-win for all businesses that aren't operating currently in Niagara now.
So beyond Niagara businesses, you see this as a tool to attract other firms to Niagara?
Absolutely. I mean, any business that's going to be importing product into Niagara, into Ontario, it makes more sense for them to do it in Niagara simply because of the opportunities with not having to pay the duties and taxes on the way in, just to try and reclaim them on the way out. So it makes a big difference when you're talking about administrative fees on a large manufacturer that doesn't have to be burdened with those costs.
Developing the trade zone has been a collaborative effort, and that will continue now that it's open. Moving forward, the region, Niagara Development Corridor Partnership, and several economic development offices will be lending their support.
And so we were the fifth designation for foreign trade zone in Canada, first in Ontario. Now, over the past year, we've hired a coordinator. That's Jayesh Minot. And we've operated it basically through the Niagara Development Corridor Partnership, even though his presence is in the region just for the economies of scale at present. So we've been working on a permanent storefront office, a physical representation of the foreign trade zone right here at the Economic Development Corporation in Fort Erie. So they're partnering with us in office space and presence.
Representatives from several companies that do business internationally were on hand for the opening, including Jeff Roy from Greenstone Structural Solutions.
Well, we have a lot of interest in moving internationally, moving into the States. We have projects actually being shipped as of tomorrow into North Carolina and in the States. And we want to make a bigger footprint as we take our technology to global markets, and the foreign trade zone will be absolutely instrumental for helping us do that.
Just what kind of red tape do some of these local businesses face when they want to do business internationally?
Well, when you look at different countries, different rules, different regulations, when you look at tariff, tax, HST, GST, what this foreign trade zone designation will in fact do is streamline the process with respect to, for one, no HST, no tariff when you're coming into Niagara, especially when you have added value items entering and leaving the country. When you look at a lot of the industry that we do have here in Niagara, it is advanced manufacturing. It is bringing product in and out, not all the time finished. So a lot of times you'll have a product coming from Texas, for example, especially within the auto sector, to be finished and or added to at the St. Catharines plant and then shipped back to Texas. In the past, there was a tax and a tariff added to that as it crossed over the border once, twice, three times. What the FTZ does is now eliminates that. So it eliminates the tax, the tariff, as well as a lot of the red tape that will go along with trying to keep up with those taxes and tariffs.
In Niagara, you're watching The Source.
Yeah.